wizard?
I do know Derek was hoping for another frontliner because the person who left before was our fighter.
No, I'm doing a funky wizard that is a frontliner.
Oh. Frontliners. Interesting choice.
An abjuration wizard.
That's up to you. If you want to try an abjuration wizard on the front line, go for it. I know
it's not came to power yet. It turns on at level 3.
I know with my friend, they are also going to play an artificer like me. They are looking at either armorer or battlesmith.
All right. So if we're covering intelligence already, I'll be a barbarian.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm an intelligence. Wisdom is the cleric. I don't know what Derek has in social stats.
Was a text post recently.
Hi guys.
Right, a kobold, yeah.
You.
Is,
Hello, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
All right then. So this shall become my character voice, and this shall become my out of character voice.
You sound like fucked up Skeletor.
Why, thank you. Hello, Schmello.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Sorry. And Rance, are you the pugilist?
I'm
Rance is
the
the cleric.
cleric.
Hey.
Rance is the cleric. Skello's the sorcerer. I'm an artificer. It's Derek who's a pugilist.
Who's
Okay.
not on yet.
Very well.
He's
And
online
Schwello,
on
you're the
Discord.
weird slime skeleton. Are you?
No.
Are they?
No.
That's me. That's Mako.
Gosh darn it. Managed to remember nothing of this group.
You'll learn with time.
Yeah.
Yes, my friend's been swamped with work, so that's part of why they're not here. They also don't know what race they want to play. They're
Anyway,
much more used to games where like they'll do homebrew classes and races. So they actually had to be reminded of vanilla stuff.
Yes. Now, just out of curiosity, what creature type are you? Are you undead, ooze, or humanoid?
This is a good question. Let me double check 5e tools.
Because hybrid classifications, even though they make sense, are not in 5th edition.
Yeah. I am humanoid.
Very well. Just for funnies, my wizard was actually an ooze. And was also a warlock. It is a very funny build that I was going for.
So, our pugilist
But
going
that
to
is
join
not
us?
the character I'm going to be playing. I made 2 different characters to let them choose, Tony. I made both a wizard and a barbarian.
Okay.
What, is this too weird a voice to just maintain?
I don't know.
Hannah takes such offense when I do weird voices.
I don't mind the weird voice. I just think you're going to have a sword voice tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, this is literally not Regarding me in any bit. I have done this voice for 3 days straight, and that's part of the reason why she was annoyed with me ever using this voice.
Yeah, that would do it.
Oh, sorry about being late. I
That's okay.
had to take care of some business.
It's quite all right. So yeah, for everybody's information, Ben has decided to go ahead and join this campaign.
Right.
Nice.
So, as information as well, so I actually am retiring on Friday.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Cool.
have eye surgery next Tuesday. I've been fighting. I had both eyes with detached retinas about 3 years ago.
Oh,
Yes, that was some difficult times.
So I've been through a total of 6 eye surgeries so far. The right eye is now back to 20/40. However, the left eye last year, after they did the initial surgery on it, then they had to do an emergency surgery. The surgery is called a vitrectomy. Developed a post-operative infection in that eye, which damaged the cornea and destroyed the lens in the eye. So they went back in, they fixed the retina, cleaned the cornea. They had to remove the fragments of the lens, and then they fill it with silicone oil. So, like 5 days after the initial surgery, I had to have emergency surgery, essentially to remove all the destruction from the infection, and then they backfilled it with oil, fresh oil. That was almost a year ago. So go to about 4 weeks ago, because it has no lens in it, I can't see the little blue X that they use that they want you to focus on so they can get pictures. So they haven't been able to get pictures basically since that surgery was done. Well, a month ago they were able to finally get a picture because oil had formed a bubble where the lens normally sits, and they used the bubble to get an image of the retina. So the retina has generally laid down. The initial picture, it actually looked like somebody wadded up a piece of paper. But one edge, there's a crescent-shaped piece of scar tissue that has formed. So next week they have to go back in, remove the oil, remove the scar tissue, do a little laser work to stop any bleeders, and then they're going to refill it with oil. So I have like 3 more surgeries now on my left eye. The good part is my right eye is basically functional at this point. You know, I wear glasses, but I wore glasses before all this happened.
yeah.
But the reason I'm telling you all of this is the game in 2 weeks. I'm actually intending to run, but one of the aspects of this surgery is you have to hold your head in a downward position. So I'll have an idea, and I'll probably still run it, but it might be an abbreviated session. If I'm having any pain at all, I'll just cancel the session.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, yeah.
And then the second point I wanted to make is, like with Ben, since I'm retiring, I am going to be creating a couple of more campaigns to fill up some time. you guys get first dibs on participating in those campaigns.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. Right now, I'm thinking I'll have a Tuesday and a Thursday game. These games are going to be later, probably like 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern time, or 8 to midnight Central. So if any of you are interested in participating in those, I'll let you know when I get those set up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate the offer though. The Tuesday, Thursdays when I run my own games, so I couldn't.
Sure. But yeah, like I said, once I've played with you guys a little bit and get the feel for you, typically any new games I have, you're generally welcome to join those. So
Cool. And hope the surgery goes well.
Yeah.
yeah, as long as there's no infections,
Yeah.
we should be good. And the thought is the original surgery. What happened is the operating room that I was originally scheduled to have the initial surgery done in was not ready when the surgery was scheduled. So they put us in a different uh, room, surgical room, and we think they rushed the sanitation of that room.
Yeah. Sounds like
Yeah.
what would happen.
So the infection came from the operating theater of the first surgery.
At least it wasn't flesh eating or sepsis or anything. That would suck.
Yeah. Well, it could have sucked even worse because an infection in your eye actually can penetrate the blood-brain barrier.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's why I said luckily it wasn't flesh eating.
Yeah.
It's like a death sentence.
Yeah. So, fortunately, it's one of those the way you recognize it is you start getting a headache behind the eye that just doesn't go away. It doesn't matter what you take for it, it just never goes away. It initially wasn't severe enough for us to call, but my wife had gone shopping and had bought power aids, and not thinking I was trying to help her, so I lifted the power aids up a step. Only 3 days after the surgery. Well, my head immediately started hurting after that, severely. So we put a call into the surgeons, and they're like, yeah, you need to come in right away. So, anyway.
All right.
I think that's all the business we have outside of the game. What's up, Ben?
Nothing. I was almost just asking for like a recap of what's happening. Where are we? Because I'm going like, are we in the Feywild? Or then I remember, wait, that was a one shot.
Yeah. Say the Feywild's like the if someone is missing mini campaign. This one's Faerun, so the default setting.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I believe we are on the Sword Coast somewhere, right?
You're in Calimport.
Yeah.
And right now, you're technically one level underneath Calimport.
Yeah, because we are in what remains of, I think, technically the Duke Brothers workshop.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Tony, may I wild magic teleport right next to them?
I
No.
can't lie, Tony. I've been meaning to ask a question. How much of this campaign is going to take place in this city?
There is going to be a significant amount in this city. It will potentially leave this city.
Okay.
But best guess, that's probably going to happen around 5th or 6th level.
Understandable. Mostly asking because I can't lie. I, as a player, have been thinking, we are in a weird magical workshop place. I wonder if Sprig could convince the guard to let him take this over.
Okay, we're north of the Shining Sea. Oh, we're not that far. Oh, okay.
Also, I am trying to figure out how to fucking set up that spell attack from the homebrew item you gave me. The mint glass refinery.
Would it be easier if we decide to go back out after this first combat temporarily to meet the new character?
No, you don't have to worry about that. It
Okay.
has been arranged.
Trackless sea, not
Now, I wanted to. We searched for magic items and then attuned or investigated them,
Yes.
Yep.
but we didn't actually search for
Other
other
stuff.
valuables. So I was going to ask everybody if they wanted to search these 2 rooms for coin and whatever.
That is an excellent idea.
So, Tony, do I
Yes, sir.
start with at least the starter equipment?
Yes, plus you get 2k in gold.
2K in gold. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Can I make that
And
200 platinum?
Yeah, that's fine. You're in a major city.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a party sugar daddy now.
Well, it's because I haven't gained any of your magic items.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you are officially richer than every member of the party combined.
Yeah, I mean that's including our magic items. I mean, even if we were to sell them, I don't think we'd make that much.
Oh yeah, you would.
Yeah, you
Alright.
would. You underestimate. What magic items are you thinking of that are cheap?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Magic
man. The
items
games I
are-
play, prices vary quite often.
Most
Oh,
of the
nice.
stuff that you have would be considered like uncommon items. So they're in the price range of roughly 500 gold pieces each.
Yeah. 500 gold still ain't platinum.
But you also haven't collected all the treasure that's here yet.
That's true. I'm sure these wizards got a stash somewhere.
They must.
Stash would be kind of an understatement. Okay, let's see.
Well, then, for no good reason, my weapon's now silvered.
Yippee.
Smart. I don't think any of us are prepared to deal with werewolves or ghosts.
Well, no. Anything that silver affects is more affected by magic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So once everybody except Ben's character is ready, you all can roll perception checks.
All right.
Perception. Fuck.
Perception checks. I need to open my sheet.
I discovered that you could have your sheet open in on the like regular Roll20 character section
What?
and still have it work.
Oh, there you go. For a moment, I thought it was going to be bad, but Sprig.
Yep.
Okay. The first thing you notice is that the dead golem. You start searching around. He's got 25 gold on him. But you also happen to notice that he has a tattoo on the back of his head. And it is the number 6.
I see.
That's my own sheet. Sure.
You said there was 25 gold I found?
Yes.
Alright, just mucking that into my sheet. So you
and-
said on the back of his head it's the number 6?
Yes.
That would imply there are 5 more fucking golems.
You also find as the rest of you are searching around, you do find a lockbox, a smuggler's pouch, and at the ladder, dangling from a little iron spike next to the ladder, you find another bag. As you pull out this stuff, the combined total Okay, that's what you find.
Alright, so you said it was that stuff, and then it was a smuggler's pouch and a lockbox?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a smuggler's pouch belt. And then just a bag. In addition to that, Sprig, you think you hear voices coming from the door to the north.
Man, if I fucking if I got all this on a 5, damn.
Oh, wait, who had the 20?
Oh, that 20 earlier was me testing out the volatile glob.
Yeah.
The perception checks were Vex at 11.
Okay, so it's Vex that finds the 6.
Okay.
Ah,
Vex is the one that finds this. All right.
And then
if you already wrote it down, you can go ahead and talk it. I'm not gonna.
who's this? Skello.
Yeah.
You're the one that hears the voices coming from the north.
Don't think we got all of them, or at least there's still people here.
She'll jab a thumb at the door.
Let's see. Yeah, essentially you hear a chorus of high-pitched nasal voices that echo from the chamber beyond. You hear, "Mine! I found it! You cheated! Did not!" Then you hear a metallic clattering across stone, followed by several goblins shouting at once. And then you hear a deeper, harsher voice. "Shut it!" The room falls quiet for a moment, and then you hear, "Boss said it's mine." "Boss said no such thing." "Did too." Then you hear another thud. "Keep yapping, and I'll feed you to the crocodiles." Some nervous chuckles follow. Then you hear, "It tastes funny." "That's because it's rat." "Thought it was lizard." "It was. Rat ate the lizard." Then you get much louder laughter. "How much longer?" "Till boss says." "Boss always says till boss says." "And if I hear one more complaint, you'll be on watch in Tunnel 9. And then the goblins start groaning. "Not Tunnel 9. Anything but Tunnel 9. Then there's a pause for a moment. "Did you hear that?" "Hear what?" "Thought I heard something." "Probably rats." "Big rats." "Everything's big down here." And then eventually you hear, "Listen up, you miserable fungus eaters. We make the delivery, we get paid. We get paid, we eat. Anybody loses the package, and I'm nailing your ears to the wall." That is what Vex hears.
All right.
Proceed.
Sounds like we've got a.
She'll step away, voice lower.
Sounds like there's a group of them through the next door to the north. They don't sound too happy.
Right. So we better be quiet then.
Agree with what? Not the wizard, right?
I think that is a little more than wizards, my friends.
I know it's the wizards. They would have came in here hurling spells at us if it was.
Oh, should we go in, jump them, or make an escape?
I mean, we were hired by the guard to to search this place, right, and find what's down here.
That is
Exactly.
technically correct.
I'm sorry, was there a question there?
Nope.
No.
No?
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
No, I think just to the characters, to the party, not.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, well,
I say we keep going for now.
right. Well, if they're worried about stuff that's eating them, if it wasn't that big friendly giant that we just murked, could be whatever's up ahead. So, it might be worth a fight. As long as y'all are good to keep fighting. By the way, where is our slimy friend?
Are you referring to Sprig?
Yeah, you're not in the room.
He's standing in the doorway of the other room.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, technically, he's standing in the other room next to the table because that's where he was looking and found most of the scrolls.
Yeah.
Also, Tony, cool to see you got the lighting thing working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Sort of. I can't get the doors working.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking that door there is working.
No. Apparently, there's an object called a door.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see.
they're not the easiest thing to manipulate.
Yeah. So I'll have to manipulate those manually myself. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess vote. Who wants to go up ahead and start brawling?
I'll take up the back.
Okay. Well,
I'll go with you.
I'm good for punching a few more people. Dirkham's gonna just peek his head through the window. Hey, we've got bogies up ahead. We're about to start a fight. You in?
Sprig will turn his attention back towards you, and he'll make his way in the room. Ah, bogies, you say? And he'll do like the knuckle cracking, but like it doesn't really crack because it's just it's like a very slimy sound. There's nothing to technically crack. There's no connective tissue between the bones.
Yep.
I suppose we were hired to clear this place out. It would only be right if we investigate.
My thoughts exactly. Now the question is, do we go in loud or quiet? I might have a bit trouble doing quiet, but I'll try if that's what we vote on.
Ben,
Well.
which character are you?
I'm the dwarf.
No, Ben.
Oh, Ben. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right.
Forgot. I am Fengo.
Okay.
They have chosen to play for me to play Fengo, not Kelbar Lok.
Mm-hmm.
You are currently in a cage.
It must be a rather large cage since I'm 7 feet 2 inches.
Yeah, it's like a 8x8 cage.
Okay.
We just haven't noticed him yet, have we?
You're not in the room with him yet.
Oh, he's just here to watch us. Okay, cool.
So my equipment is somewhere, or am I in this cage with my equipment?
You're in that cage with your equipment.
Interesting. Well, it's not like
Rookie
I actually had
move.
a pick lock and
Your
Not like I actually had a pick lock,
You're also
and
currently
it would be too
surrounded.
loud. No, my character's a little suicidal.
Right.
All right. So who's opening the door?
Right. Well, I don't mean to be a rude, Sprig, but you're the closest thing to a science experiment we've got. They might actually believe that you're one of them.
I suppose that is a fair point. And if
As the,
things go wrong, I can always simply use one of these. And he holds out a thing of oil he has.
Right.
as they prepare to open the door, I cast less on the three others aside from myself.
All right.
Nice.
May I have vision of the of the room, or is that
Oh, yeah.
does no one have vision?
I
Wait,
believe
who's-
none of us have vision.
who's-
I have
Yeah.
to. I have to set up this dynamic lighting.
and,
Sorry.
No, it's all right. Does your character have night vision, Ben?
It has dark vision and can cast light.
Okay. I'm just turning it on so it'll say. Can you see now?
Unfortunately not, unless I'm not actually looking at the right part of the map. Nope, the entire field is black for me. I backed out fully.
I guess that would be plus.
Yes, it is black to me. Maybe I need to actually have a character on the field.
I do have a character on the field for you.
Okay, maybe I have to drag a character onto the field.
Yeah.
No, hang on. Dynamic lighting. This vision. Oh, refresh your.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Now I have vision of what? Oh, I have. Okay, that's what. Okay, that's interesting.
What?
Oh, I refreshed it and it brought me to the Gith Yankee game.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me know when you're back in this one.
And it's black.
Really? All right. I will let you drag your character to this spot I'm pinging.
Alright. Did I get it?
I don't know.
What do you mean? Oh, no, I have. Man, you refresh it again.
Oh, hang on. Probably. I know why. Hang on. Change layer token.
Ah, I see now. This is the character I can see from.
Okay. Yep. Put yeah. Okay. So who's opening the door?
I am. Sprig.
Okay. And you're ready to go?
Yep.
Okay, the door opens. Right after the door opens, there is a sort of a bluish gray blur that is a tiny humanoid as it runs by all of you. And it goes to the stairs or the ladder and is down the ladder and away in about the time of a heartbeat.
Wow.
Well then, that was one quick little bugger.
And that would be the key to its name. And then the boss is like, intruders.
Sprig will turn to look at them. Hey now,
Oh,
who said I'm
um,
an intruder here?
Okay. Add yourselves to the turn order and roll your initiatives.
Oh fuck! Didn't even get a try to diplomacy this.
I'll try to fall on one of them.
No, you can still try diplomacy, but you're going to do it in order.
Oh okay.
You may have the delay of watching me die if you try to do diplomacy, because I'm just like, I see my chance!
I mean, I currently have the highest roll.
Yes.
Let's see.
I'm here to punch things.
Also, Skello, how does Vex have a 0.5 on their initiative?
Oh, it's a
Oh,
it's
oh,
tiebreaker.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
deck's
they have tiebreaker
tiebreaker.
on.
Oh.
Yeah. So if two people roll the same thing, but it'll give whoever has So you have a 14, I have a 15. If we both rolled a 9 there, it would give it to me because I have the higher score.
The higher dex score.
I should,
Oh,
I should
that's
actually
cool.
turn that on.
I have it on just instinctively because I need it so often in my Pokemon game.
How do you
Really?
turn that on? I'm assuming
Is
sheet
it like a
settings?
D4 in the Pokemon
It's
game?
sheet settings. It's add dex tiebreaker to initiative.
In the Pokemon game, your initiative is not rolled; it is just whatever your speed stat is.
Ah, okay,
So a
okay.
lot of things have the same
Oh yeah, there
stat.
it is.
And yes. So no, none of the hobgoblins wish to appreciate the color of the room.
Okay. I think that's got everybody. Okay, Sprig, you're going first.
Alright. Sprig is going to step forward into the room with his hands raised.
Okay.
Gentlemen, no need for alarm. You all are here to deliver a pack. Wait. Actually, would Sprig have heard the whole package bit?
Depends on if Vex told him.
Skello, did Vex say anything before this happened? I know Dirk got his attention, but
Basically, just warned you guys that there was people on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
okay. So I don't know they're here to deliver something.
Right.
My character
Gentlemen,
sheet not
we are all.
available in journal.
There's no need for us to be enemies here. May I ask what you have all come here for today? I'm sure that there is something I can help you with at least.
The goblin boss is kind of looking at you going, "You're not the package."
No, I don't believe I am. Are you here to deliver such a package?
Kill him.
Oh, did he say kill me?
Yep.
Cool. Uh,
we've heard enough.
Yet. He said kill me. I guess I gotta act.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am going
You
to
didn't even roll anything, so I wouldn't say you even used any of your turn.
Yeah.
Perhaps a brutal attack is an intimidation of. If you really want to maintain the whole diplomacy.
Oh, do I want to try diplomacy? Hold on. I'm gonna flip a coin basically.
Okay.
All right. Humans are.
Okay. No. There's no need for violence among interested parties here.
Oh, oh no! I was saying they. You do an attack and then try to intimidate to make them stop trying to attack.
Ah,
One of the
I
other
see.
goblins is like, boss, maybe he's number 7. It's like, boss is like, no, you idiot. Number 7 looks like that heap in the corner.
Are you referring to the flesh golems? I can confirm while I am not one of them, I am interested in their design.
Well, hang around long enough, and you can become part of one.
Well, maybe if I was a few years younger, he like pinches his skin and like shows that it's got a very gelatinous property. I don't have much flesh that could be used for one, unfortunately.
I don't know what the brothers use.
Well, how much do I know about flesh golems, actually? Tony?
Roll an Arcana check.
All right. 27. That is a 19. 19 plus 8.
Yep. So you know they are constructed out of bits and pieces of other creatures. Uh, they are bound with magic and necromancy spells.
All right. Uh, he'll look to the goblins. While I'm sure it would be interesting to see someone attempt to make a flesh golem out of a gelatin, such as myself, I do not think the result would work very well. As far as I know, when someone like myself dies, the slime composing our outer bodies effectively becomes no longer solid, and we just become effectively a puddle of bones and sludge. But regardless, you all mentioned a package, and you've clearly talked about the flesh golems. I assume you're here to drop off another individual to be used as raw material for them.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out how to get the package out of the cell.
Well, perhaps I could be of assistance. I do have the ability to potentially pick it. Its lock.
The goblin boss is like, all right, you there, get out of his way.
Uh, Sprig will step forward, but as he does, since he's still standing in the doorway, he'll, with one hand behind his back, like make a motion for the others to move forward, but to be cautious, and he'll step up to the cell.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if I recall, I have Tinkerer's tools, which I will try to use to lockpick this. Oh, better yet, I have thieves' tools. Am I
Are you
proficient?
breaking? Are you breaking me out?
He will. What race is your character?
He looks like an a Ladrin, but he is an Azamar.
Okay. Sprig will kneel down to inspect the lock. He won't respond to the uh person. He won't respond to Ben's character yet. Um, he'll look at the lock and pull out a set of tools. How complex of a lock does this look to be?
Oh, it's just a basic single key lock.
All right. Does it seem rusted in any way, or does it look pristine?
Oh no, it's pristine and well used.
Fuck. If it was rusted, I was gonna try to bluff them that this might take a moment. Uh,
By the way,
I. Hmm?
as you're inspecting the lock, you also notice that the cage the thing goes in also contains other bits of previous occupants that apparently weren't used to construct any golems.
Uh, Sprig will turn his attention to those previous bits and comment out loud. Well, that seems like a waste. Unused raw material that could have easily gone to another project. The Duke brothers really do need to refine their methods better.
We was gonna have this a barbecue.
Oh, Barbara. Would those spare bits even taste good? I'm not sure how long they've been down here.
Better than rat.
I've never tried rat. Does it taste bad?
You can if you. The biggest thing is the fur is the main problem. It usually is embedded with the with detritus.
Hmm. My uh saliva, I suppose I could call it, is more highly acidic than the average humanoids. So I tend to dissolve food much quicker. Uh, I suppose that would make eating something like that easier, but I've never tried rat. So, what was that for?
Oh, somebody was just checking to make sure there wasn't anybody standing in the doorway.
Oh,
Mm.
I see.
Hmm.
Um, as he like continues, he like has turned his attention away from the lock and is conversing with them about the rat. He'll look to them. So the Duke brothers hired you lot, correct?
Not exactly.
Oh, you said you were trying to bring this package to them, and he like gestures towards Ben's character. I assume that meant you would have been hired by them. Do you have some less than formal agreement then?
We were ordered by a group who's more powerful than the Duke brothers.
Ah, and I'm assuming this group has some sort of deal with the Duke brothers. If they're much more powerful than them, I can't see much of a reason for them to align with the Duke brothers.
Show him the note. One of the other goblins speaks up. You shut up. After a moment, he's like, I got this note. Maybe this will make sense. I can't read it.
I know Common and Draconic. May I see it and see if I can read it?
Okay. You guys see something pop up on your screen?
I do not.
Okay, try that again. Show to players.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hang on.
For me, I still only see the room we were already in, not the new room. I don't know about everybody else.
I started being able to see the new room when I was in the doorway. I think it's
Yeah,
basically because there's a wall at the start of
yeah.
the door.
You have to go in.
Okay.
But
if you go to, well, I'll try and show it again.
I'm actually I'm reloading
there
my
we are.
page because there's been a
Yep.
few glitches.
Now it's showing.
You see
Yeah.
the text at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume this is in common.
Yes.
All right. As he takes it and begins to look over it, would you gentlemen like me to read this out loud for you? It is technically classified information. I'm unsure if your bosses would necessarily want you knowing it, but they did give you the note. So I assume that they would be somewhat fine if you could actually have the ability to read it.
Yeah, boss there told him that he could read it, but he don't know how to read.
You don't know. He'll look to the goblin boss. You
Eh,
don't know how to read common, do you?
I do. Sort of. Maybe.
It's all right. It took me a good, ooh, what, 3 months to be able to read it?
Yeah. He's like, con. Fid.
Spriggle like do the thing where he holds it up and he puts his finger on it. So this word is confidential. Con, fi, dental.